segment is sponsored by Connecting Hearts in Virginia.
Well, Virginia is fortunate to have many nonprofit agencies that support foster care and adoption. It's Connecting Hearts' goal to shine a light on each organization by educating prospective parents and working together on a common goal.
That's right. Erica Fassetti and Autumn Zabrowski are here to share more. Ladies, it's nice to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you both for coming in. I want to talk about Connecting Hearts to start with, because this is something that's fairly new in our area, isn't it?
Correct. We're going on almost 2 years now. We were started by Virginia's adoption champion, Debbie Johnston, with the hopes to really get all of our children that need adoptive homes permanency and placement.
Ladies, we were talking before we got started. November is Adoption Awareness Month. It's a time of year that we focus. It's also the time of year a lot of us are together with our families. Is this the time that folks really get reflective about this and maybe start talking more about this issue? Because this is an issue in Virginia.
Absolutely. I think we find, especially around the holidays, not that it's not an issue and a need all year round, that people are really thinking about families and what it would mean not to have a family to celebrate those holidays with, especially for children.
Autumn, you're working with a very cool new thing called the Family Match.
Correct.
And is it like what I think it sounds like? Is that kind of like an online swipe to the left, swipe to the right kind of thing?
Similar. Family Match, it's a new data-driven application. It was built by Adoption Share. Adoption Share is another nonprofit organization that exists to leverage technology to innovate in the child welfare arena. So this is a tool that matches our children waiting in foster care with families based on compatibility markers. So a very new thing in the child welfare arena. So the goal is to increase placement stability for our children.
Which is critical because we're trying to find that long-term, forever home match with families, and making sure that there is that compatibility is so key. We've talked before about challenges with placement for older foster children.
Is that still a big problem?
Absolutely. I think, we get a lot of calls from prospective families that really would love little children or infants, and our greatest need is those teens, 12 and up. Those are the kids that are a little bit harder to place, but it doesn't mean that they're any less deserving of permanency. Most of our kids that are available for adoption are between the ages of 4 and 12 years old, but many of our kids under 8 are part of at least a 3 set of siblings.
Okay, and that was the next question. I mean, I've had teenagers, so I know what a challenge, that takes a special person to want to take those on. But if you have siblings, obviously the optimum situation is to try to keep them together, isn't it?
Absolutely. We try as hard as we possibly can when appropriate to keep our siblings together, and that can be challenging for folks to go from 0 to 5 children in the home or whatever it may be, but it's so important and critical for these kids who've had so many changes to be able to stay with their siblings.
Do you find that, is it a challenge necessarily to get someone to take that first step to open their homes? And if maybe somebody's watching right now and they have hesitation, what is it that changes? What is it that makes that difference?
I think the process can be a little bit scary, which is why we help families get through it. But once you meet our kids, it's such a different experience, because you can see a picture, you can see a video, you can see them on TV, but once you really get to know our kids, you see a whole different side, and sometimes it doesn't matter how old they are, because you just kind of fall in love with that child and you want to be there for them.
That's what's been so amazing. I was reading up before we got started this morning on the partnership, the 30 Kids in 30 Days that CBS 6 has been working on with Connecting Hearts, and Bill Fitzgerald's been doing so many amazing stories, and you really have the chance to personalize meeting some of these amazing young people.
Absolutely. Bill and the whole CBS team has been fabulous, working with one of our young ladies, Kiata, who's kind of the face of the campaign. And it's just great to be able to kind of showcase her and show people that, look, here's this bubbly, vivacious, wonderful young lady, and she needs a home, and we have so many other kids like her.
Autumn, that's got to be a thrill to be involved in something like this, that you see somebody who has all this potential, and then you see somebody open their heart and that is willing to develop that potential.
It is. It's exciting to be a part of it.
Very exciting.
For folks who are thinking and maybe have said, okay, I can get through this process, what's the best way to get started?
They can call Connecting Hearts or send us an email so we can help navigate them the best way through the system. There's 3 main ways in Virginia to go about getting certified. So we like to work with the family one-on-one to see what's going to be the best method of certification depending upon what your needs are and where you live in the state of Virginia.
unfortunately, we're not in any situation we're going to run out of kids anytime soon because there's a lot of kids that need help.
We have about 686 kids that are legally free for adoption, with about 5,000 in the foster care system just in the state of Virginia.
Amazing. We're going to share information, learn more about Connecting Hearts online. Just head to connectingheartsva.org. You can also call and stop by. They're located at 10041 Midlothian Turnpike. That phone number 308-5946.